Hello everyone, welcome. This is Gary Shipman coming to you live from my studio, from my art table. Welcome everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, because it was Thanksgiving last week. So I hope you had a good one. I also hope that you are in the mood for some drawing, because I got some drawing to do. I'm going to get some things set up here, and we're going to get to it.
Hey Gary, can't stay. Hi Gary,
hey
Shipman
Jeff.
Live from your studio.
Hey Rick, good to see you. Sorry that you can't stay, Jeff. You will be missed. You will be missed. So my campaign for Pakkins land.
I've got the need. That need for speed.
Up on Kickstarter. So I have two campaigns that are currently, I have actually more than two that are currently in demand or funding. This first one here is for Pakkins land, issue number 2, but you can get one as well. 1 and 2 on Kickstarter, and I started it here first because I usually don't. I usually start with IndieGoGo. IndieGoGo has always been a better platform for me personally, but that doesn't mean things won't change. Maybe this is a time for Kickstarter to kick it into gear. But I also have on IndieGoGo the Titan Moues of Might, volume number 3. The volumes are basically a collection of like 3 issues. So issue 1 had 3 issues. Volume 1 had 3 issues. Volume 2 had 3 issues. And volume 3 will have 3 issues. At least that's the way it stands right now. I've finished the first issue or chapter. When in the volumes they kind of look at them like they're chapters, but when I break them up, I can break them up into a floppy comic book issue. So this would be issue number 7 is done, and I'm going to move on to 8 and 9, and that will wrap up volume 3 of Titan Moues of Might. But it is in demand, and if you aren't aware, which probably you all are, but there could be some new people that come in and don't know how things work really. When it comes to crowdfunding, usually the way it is, and at least it is the way with me, is that I'm raising the funds to actually create the product. So the product isn't done. I'm using the crowdfunding template or platforms in Kickstarter and in IndieGoGo to raise the funds so that I can get the work done. And so that's how I do it, and I think a lot of people do that. I mean, crowdfunding is usually you have an idea, you put it out to the public through these different venues. The most popular are Kickstarter and IndieGoGo. And then people can say, hey, you know what? I like your attitude. I like what you're doing. And I want to be a part of it. So you can go check these out. Having a lot of fun doing it, that's for sure. Making comic books is the best if you can do it. And so that's why we have to say, Lord willing, we're going to keep going with all of this. We don't know what the future holds, but hey, we're not supposed to know what the future holds. You know what I mean? We're not, fortune tellers. We just go on with our lives, and we do the best we can, and we hope for the best, and we trust the Lord for everything that we possibly can. So anyways, there's a bunch of perks or pledge levels that you can do. You can get all 3 volumes right there in that package. This is the deluxe edition. Those have different variant covers, and it says deluxe edition on them, and they're signed on the inside, and they have like all the back matter, which is like the making of. I show like the roughs and the process of how I go from the idea and get it all the way to final. You get to see all that. It's good stuff. And I think that we have we're going to do a letters page because we have these stretch goals that we did. And yeah, so right there we have a letters page that we're going to be doing in the deluxe edition. So the difference is the hardcover, regular hardcover, is you just get the stories. And they have those variant covers. But the deluxe edition, you get the back matter as well. So the deluxe editions are like double, I would say, the size. They're a beefy book, and it is an oversized edition. This is larger than comic book format. So you get to see it in more of a prestige level, is what I would say. Larger. And it's more fun. And so we have the letters page that we're going to be, I should call it like Letters to the Moues or something like that. So you can send your letters in. There's my P.O. box and my email if you want to do it that way, or you could just write it in the comments of this campaign on IndieGoGo, and then I'll go through and look at the comments and pull the ones that seem awesome or whatever. And we have the Titan magnet. This is going to be the first magnet that we've ever done, and I got to get that going off to the magnet makers and get that going. But I wanted to wait until we were closer to being done so I know how many to make, because who knows, man, we could get a big rush of people buying tons and tons of copies for everybody on the planet. There's some preview pages down at the bottom if you want to take a look at them. And yeah, so that's what we're doing here. Go check out the campaigns on both IndieGoGo and Kickstarter. So here's what I was working on the other day. I have an idea for a 7-page story, and that was what I came up with so far. This is just kind of concept art. All right. Awfully quiet in here. What do I do with all my paper? I always do that. I always lose my paper and my drawing equipment on a daily basis.
Why don't Rick have a wrench?
He hasn't earned it. You have to earn a wrench. He can't even dodge a brick. Wait a minute. He can't even dodge a ball.
Is this live? Grin. Interesting question. The answer may surprise and thrill you. A Rick wrench, a wrench for a Rick.
Exactly.
Yes, at Humphrey Bear.
Welcome, Mark and Humphrey. Good to see you guys. Good to see you.
I had one once.
And when
If it wasn't live, that would be concerning.
When Rick has proved himself,
I think I gave it away.
He will get it back again. But until then...
Zombie stream. Lol. Anyway, what should I make?
What do you mean, what should you make?
Right now I am currently drawing in my sketchbook, but I mean for making money with my art, what should I make for people to buy?
Well, I mean, I can only give you advice. It isn't like it's the ultimate answer, because I'm not like, I mean, I'm barely making a go of it myself, you know. It's hard if you're trying to be a creative person and you want to do artwork and stuff. You have to find something, and I would say, you know, just devote yourself to it. Jump into whatever the subject is and create something. Don't just keep doing one little drawing. And if you're going to do one little drawing, do like one little drawing like that, and then do another drawing that kind of sequentially goes with it, and then you start to build something, and it starts to become like a story. That's if you're looking for advice from me. You have to create a body of work, not just drawing individual things. Like if you get the notion to draw like Doctor Doom, I mean, the bad thing about that is that these characters are owned by other companies, you know, like Doctor Doom or Spider-Man or something like that, or Superman. They're owned by other companies, and so you're kind of, I mean, it's fine to learn how to draw stuff, but it really is in your best interest to create your own thing, and work on that. Put your efforts towards that. And that's one reason why I'm not like super excited to go on like Drawn and Quartered and spend hours drawing some other character when I could be sitting here with those hours drawing my thing. And you know, that's just my opinion. You know, other people might have other opinions, and that's totally fine.
I make my own characters, but nobody seems to like the posts about my own characters, sadly.
Well, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, if you feel strongly about a character, I would say jump into it and do it, but you can't just do one drawing. You have to do you have to get like pages of drawings done. And then if they're sequential art, meaning they tell a story, then you have something to show people. You can say, well, this character, look at what he's doing. And you can show that to people, and then people
For every original character that became popular in the comics, there were a lot that didn't.
Yes, that's true.
Popeye started off as a backup character.
Did he really?
I'm not sure people really want anything from me, since there's other artists who are way better than me, which is you, Gary, you're better than me.
That doesn't really have anything to do with it. It has to do with what you create is you. It's yours. And your style is unique to you.
You can get better, Nighthawk.
Yeah, and you can get better. I love your style. And I enjoy inking your work. I like making, adding just a bit of me to what you do.
Whenever I create something, it won't ever be able to get past Titan's popularity. I have confidence you can.
Yeah, I think you can. It doesn't have anything really to do with what you think, because I've seen people do things that, like, they just do it really quickly, and it's there. It's unique to them, and they find an audience. They find people that like that, and there's no reason why you can't too.
I really like your lines on my pencils, Gary.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I enjoy inking your stuff. I think that you have something. Now, whether or not you can get that to be realized,
you make my art pop.
Well, and you could learn from that too. Like if you see your drawing that you did, and then I've inked over you, look at what I did to it and see, oh, he did that to it. He brought that line out more than I did, or whatever. But I think that you have the foundation of stuff, and I like what you do. Now, whether or not something will come of it, I can't tell you. I have no idea. But I think that, in this world too, it's just so crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. Things that are completely, you wouldn't think that anybody would want anything like that. Like, there's like this NFT craze that happened, like last year or whatever. It's like, what? Where did that come from? And why does anybody even care? You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not trying to give you like false hope or anything, because I honestly believe that if your heart is in something and you are, pray about it, ask God to help you, to show you what you're supposed to do. He hears you. He cares about you. He wants to give you a future, and he has a hope for you and everything.
I appreciate your advice. Thanks, Gary. Smile.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It is hard. I'm not saying that it's not hard. And do you have what it takes to persevere and keep going? And if you need to have a vision of what it is that you're wanting to do, and you need to convey it. If it's a story, if it's a comic, then you need to work on that. I mean, the first pages that I did for Pakkins Land, it was not the best, you know, and you have to put a lot of time in.
I am okay, I guess, just been trying to come up with something unique for people to get interested in within my art.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to worry about that so much. Just put your effort into into your story. You know, put it into, like, even if it's just some basic thing. I mean, you can make it as elaborate and, you know, as you can, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be something so unique. It's just that you got to put in the work and do it. And I mean, like, there's certain things out there right now, there's nothing that unique about them. I mean, name something that's popular, that everybody's liking right now. It's kind of just like something else that was popular. I mean, I don't want to bring up anything myself, because I'm not trying to ridicule anybody's work that, you know, that they've done. They've created their things, because, you know, someone could do the same thing to me. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a stream. Thank you all for being here. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can use all of that. Hit all those buttons. Also, please check out my campaigns. I have one on IndieGoGo, which is what I'm working on right now, the Titan Mouse of Might. And I also have one on Kickstarter. Pakkins Land 25th Anniversary Issue Number 2. It also has Issue Number 1 in there as well, if you want to get it. And check out my website.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for the stream, Gary.
You are welcome. I updated my website. If you want to check that out, it's GaryShipmanArt.com. And even on the website, there's a button here called Campaigns. You can click on that, and it will take you to the campaigns that I currently have. And you can just click on that. One's IndieGoGo and one's Kickstarter. And I might put I have some other ones that are in demand. I might put those in there eventually too. But that's kind of an easy way. My website is like all access, is what I'm trying to make it. So you can go to art and prints, the books that I have, commissions. If you want to just support what I do, there's a support button. It'll take you to, so you can give a tip or something like that. I think it's pretty cool.
What?
There's a link.
Insult Gary button. https://www.GaryShipmanArt.com/
I could put an insult Gary button on there if you want. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening, and keep your ears posted, because we may go live tomorrow. All right? Thanks so much, everybody. See you next time.